She stripped. Egan been busy early against her. Wilson will clear the defensive 50. The fall, Bernardi tackled strongly by Egan. What would it be as Richmond for 2020? Egan, she's been prominent early. Pops the handball for Loynes.
Again, that shoulder will be tested once more as she's thundered into the turf. Egan, a willing tackler as well. Playing with no ACL, or a ruptured one.
50s, 20-3, and they're finding little pockets of space here.
Don't grab her!
Stay out, thank you, stay out!
You can hear the umpires working overtime off the ball.
I'm glad you highlighted that. It's not us, Nudge.
Both in terms of breath and instruction as Harris comes in from the side.
Here's Moody again. Best and fairest 2 years ago. And she's run down. Blues have got numbers in support as they've had most of the night. Egan tries to feed it through nicely to Hosking. Brennan at the back. Couldn't quite take it. Egan lays the pressure. There's so much to like about these young Blues. Egan.
Running their 2020 campaign in style so far. 4 goals. A juicy one from a percentage perspective. The fundamentals without the ball in hand tonight have been impressive.
Concerns in her first season, but it'll be good to see her with a clean run at it as well.
There is Malloy in the middle, tackled by Egan, had to release the handball.
Her tenacity with the footy there.
Loynes to press Barkas, and now Egan. And this is a hot start between two quality teams.
Yeah, Chloe Malloy, having spent a lot of time out of the game, you like her attacking the footy and taking it on like that.
Egan from 45 attacks the goal square to Harris.
So far today, using all the space on the ground.
Harrington goes outside 50, 2-on-2. Egan beautifully off the hands of the contest. She's got Malloy for company at the moment. Lovely kick. Neither an effective tap. Dalton goes at it against Kiochi. Really good start this from Egan. Such poise. Under some pressure, called to go. Butler did well. Forced a hurried kick. Malloy spoils from behind on Egan. Sliding in his row, runs straight into Grace Egan. Playing just her second game. Leads the game at the moment with 4 touches. 4 to Egan, 4 to Press-Barkas and 4 to Malloy.
Up in the first place too, so great to see her then press on forward and get a goal.
So the margin 8 points in favour of the Pies. Here's Egan again, gets a free kick for a hold in the middle. Just over a minute and a half remaining. No one stands the mark, so she creeps an extra 5 metres. Just pops the kick high inside 50. Vesio at the front, couldn't quite complete it. Moody crashed through. Vesio got a hand in on Brazel. It comes to Egan again. So poised in traffic. Ball, it's the Pies by 8 points. Moody got the hit out. Egan's been impressive. Feeding hands. Off to Hosking. Now Egan just backpedaled. Popped a kick. Harris Era gives it to Moody. It's smothered off her boot. Good defensive work from Dargan. In fact, it was... Pies get a goal from it. The Blues under pressure here. They trail by 14 points as Press-Barkas is taken down. Here's Lambert. Pops a little handball over the top against Brazzali. Free kick Carlton over the shoulder. It's going to Grace Egan. It's a short throw in. Downey read it well, but couldn't make an effective tap. Leighton's little tap over the top to Kiochi. She runs into Loynes. Now a chance for Egan. Hoisted high. Moody sets herself. Great pressure from the Pies, forced them backwards, and in the end, Egan had to concede to take it out of the ruck. It almost worked. Lingering tackle there on Membry. Umpire says play on. Harrington is calling for the bench. She's limping off. We'll keep an eye on it. She's sore. Trotting to defensive 50 now. It's going to take her a minute or so to get off the ground. It's not going to get there. It's going to spill to the front. Chance here for the Pies. Sheridan taken down by Egan. And the Blues survive. Let's have a look at their ball movement. This has been the big issue. Just haven't been able to string together fluent movement this afternoon. They took it on, kicked it straight into Egan, and then bowls her over. It'll spill to Sarah Rose. She's got Casey on the outside, can't find her. Egan cuts it off.
Rush up the ground to try and help.
Still just 3 touches. Was at her. G. Benici tries to fend off a couple and gone. 2.5 minutes remaining. Can the Blues find something here? Egan 60 from goal. Goes in the Stevens direction to Brazel. Collingwood looking solid down back. Egan did well, good vertical leap, got a hand to it. Just the second goal in her 17-game career as we thank Andy Marr for his time.
Sounds like they're going to give him every chance to get up for next week. They'll leave it to the...
Could be a game day decision.
The 11th hour.
Nice. Well, when you're that good, you get to make your own decisions, Beck, isn't that what they say?
If he puts his hand up, we'll back him in. I think is
That's the
attitude at Carlton.
Great defensive work, Kiochi. Butler goes in to win the football. Main handball smothered by Kiochi. Egan went down, won the football. Turned
to the Pies. Both come up 6 days later to play here. Egan, hasn't she been impressive to start the season? LaJoya, they're turning it over in midfield here, the Bulldogs, and can't. So work to do here for Stevens. Similar now for Egan, who has to go body. The Bulldogs lock this in. No, fumbled its way back to Egan. She'll chip one high. Downey looking for the body and then the one hand.
Judging Prasparkas threw it away. Egan just decides to slap it forward to Loynes. Inners them up inside 50. Egan in front, too good over the top. Got hands to it first, couldn't reel it in. Always runs in, and as we see her now. On cue, Egan.
Definitely won't be seeing her again today, but Coach Burke, though, is fairly happy with his team. Once they rode out those first 5 minutes and adapted to those wind conditions.
Tested though, Brown, hands first. And then does the tackling work. Rennie and move. As the ball comes in, the Blues just utilising that spare, pinching it off like they are now. Oof. Pound under pressure from McLeod. Got the hand pass back to Egan. Now
Pound with 15 touches each so far for the Blues. Egan continuing on her glittering start to her AFLW career. Prasparkas sends it forward. Well done, Huntington. Egan with the follow-up, though. Underground hand pass for Loynes. One-on-one with Heron. But Egan.
great vision.
Goes long, looking out the back for Egan. Back there, Rajcic. Good pressure from Harris. The #1 player in the competition for disposals. Broke the tackle, got it to Ponta. She couldn't get her hands free. Egan, been terrific in her first season, will just retreat back to Hosking.
More time into them because they are such dangerous small forwards that it's probably just giving them a little bit more respect, but those girls are going to have to work out how they can start to really...
For Harris and Allen, that's going to be another great matchup this afternoon. Allen wins out that one, goes towards Jones, who seems to have recovered from that tackle moments ago. Hatchard dives into the footy. Egan won out in that contest. That's a good win for the youngster. Hosking back to Prasparkas. Had a bit of the ball, just hasn't quite been as effective as usual yet. G, that's a clever kick. Egan worked into space, took the mark. If she turns quickly, she has Harris in a one-on-one. It was a throw-in instead, so an opportunity for... And now Adelaide will look to build. Inside 50. Foley's pushed forward, so's Gum. We know she's clever. On the Erin Phillips, Doc Clark chat at quarter time. Will go into the corridor. It's a dangerous kick, but if it's effective, it'll work. Finds Egan. Brazzali was pushing forward. Looked there for a moment, then hesitated. Adelaide have, again, got plenty of numbers back in defence. So she'll try and create something. Went short and wide for Vesio. G, Dalton, back to G. Plenty of numbers in support here, Carlton. If Grace Egan takes advantage, she will. She gets to 40, pops it over the top. An uncontested mark taken by Nicola Stevens. First goal of the afternoon, and they get within 11 points. And a much-needed confidence booster, Alex, because, as we've said, quarter, but it's the young gun Prasparkas to the other young gun Egan. Short to Phillips. Dropped the mark she'd usually swallow. Prasparkas is there, has plenty of Blues in support. They will use the hands this time. Clearances, 6 contested, continuing to get her hands dirty for this team. Marinov. Egan did well not to give away the free kick. Big pack of players. Hosking, Egan there at ground level. Jones went without it. Egan goes back and gets it. That's a good handball. Dalton being good as a midfielder. That's a nice handball to work harder for the Blues to get the space that they've got for the first 3 quarters. Egan backtracks, nice composure. Drew into space, Mules. Again, they'll try and use the corridor, the Crows. Metcalf with a push against Egan. So young Grace Egan, who's been super impressive in her first season, coming up for disposal number 14. 4 tackles. Will go wide, as Daniel Harford has spoken about. So we wish you all the best with the ankle injury. Hope it's not too serious, and we'll let you get back to the action because it's game on here. It's alive. Stevens, the kick wide to Hosking, has Egan in support. Got to her, but again, has nothing to kick to, so has to go short. Finds Brazzali. She doesn't have anything to go to, and it's a wobbly kick, and it'll go back to Egan. So playing a bit of kick to kick, those two. Gum, we know she'll lift. Benefit of the doubt, no throw. Hatchard, back of Stevens. Goes short to Egan. Can she find a target this time? Prasparkas is deep. So's Vesio.
Footy first. Vesely ran into Vesio. Egan back wins the footy, spins out of trouble. She was surrounded, did it beautifully. She links up with Hosking, and Sarah looks for an option on the inside, finds Egan. So Grace Egan, third touch for her coming up. What a bargain she's proven to be for the Blues. Slipped away from under Richmond's nose, and Carlton pounced. Here's Saturday night football. Watt bundled out of the way. Here's Egan again on hands and knees. For a spot, Drennan's got to stand and wait. Egan lays a tackle.
You've got Walker, Dalton and G leaking up on the wing. It's pretty, I guess, intimidating for defensive sides.
Closing speed, and she's very attacking once it hits the deck. So then football, flat punt inside 50, down at the back. The overlap this time was Egan. Can she finish? She can! Quality football.
How good is this, Jace? It's looking to be a bit of a shootout here. Centre bounces to goals, but a great finish by Grace Egan. What a pickup she's been by this Carlton Football Club. She played in the VFLW for Richmond, and then as a part of the bidding process, Carlton made the bid, and Richmond didn't match that bid. So I bet you that they're kicking themselves now watching her star.
Blues offered up pick 13. The Tigers would have had to give up pick 7 to get her. And Grace Egan with her first goal in AFLW football, and it was a beauty.
Certainly was. Richmond, if you are them, are you kicking yourself, Jace?
You'd have to be, wouldn't you? She's been one of the finds of the season. Feeds it off to Guttridge. Drennan runs into Egan. Was touched off the Vesely boot. Vesio into the Egan path. And that'll be a throw in. Egan just managed to get there before the line. And we see Lucas Rod, the defensive anchor at the back. Dylan goes down, picks up the ball, went to the voice of X, and it was smothered off her hands.
Also, we knew that they'd be really tricky throughout the night, and we know we're going to have to work for it all 4 quarters. So
extending the Blues lead once again. Now it's up to the Saints to respond. Egan, Dalton, back to Egan, grits her teeth, bounces the football, but Dalton stayed in support. It was really important play from Dalton. And happy to just go laterally and move it from half back. Nice touch kick from Hosking, finds Egan. Egan wants to come inboard and finds Harrington. Thanks, Jack. And the Saints have only got one option. That is attack in this final term. So Priest will go in to help her. Fitzpatrick gets it now, but her handball gives it off to Greiser, who runs into Egan. Strips her the football. Now Xenos completely surrounded. Tries to keep it alive, does so. Egan and Dylan. Lalawifi pinches it at the back.
Get ball in hand and they take grass. They back themselves in. They're just so brilliant at carrying the ball forward for Carlton. It's good to see.
And the D's will get first use. Hanks puts it into the path of Paxman. She's being pressured by Egan of the season. Zanka got the tackle, went straight to Downey. Can the Blues respond through Egan? She puts it inside 50.
Match there, but Sarah Perkins, it's great for her. You know, she comes into this Melbourne Demon side as an injury.
Tackle, got the hands free. Egan in one direction, Pearce the other. The youngster and the veteran go at it. Socket off the ground by Zanka. Coming through was Brazzali. Paddles along the line. Tried to handball to Stevens. It ricochets back in the Egan direction. There she wins the football, gets it to Plain. Plain floats towards half forward, and this is the connection we're talking about. This time it's Egan versus Birch. Birch to ground. Harris tries to crash through. She's tackled. Good, strong work from the Melbourne defence. Moody and Perkins. Down to Paxman and Egan. Confronted now. Chips it short. It's a dangerous one for Birch. Egan tries to keep her feet and does. Been a fantastic pickup for the Blues. On the bounce, Egan attacked it. Goes to ground. O'Day tries to wrap her up. Light fumble. Slips the tackle from 50. Low trajectory. Kick inside 50. That's going to be a free kick. Against Birch to Egan, who took front spot. Line. Body use from Stevens. Tries to work her opponent under the football. At the back can go to the voice of Egan. Steps inside Pearce. Great poise for a first-year player, Grace Egan. Kick on the bounce will get to Harris, who do inside 50 once again. G kicks to a dangerous spot. Walker at the front. Harris, Egan, flying shot. Will it bend back? It will! The Blues are in front. Well, that is trademark Carlton football. The switch at half back to create the space. Quick running play. get it into the hands of the dangerous users, and Grace Egan kicks her second for the season.
It was a brilliant turnover by Georgia G, but excellent reward for effort for Grace Egan. She's been sent out there tonight on a bit of a defensive role on Paxman, so really nice to see her hit the scoreboard.
D's lurking now. Here's Egan in best position. She's going to be confronted. Flips a handball. Quick with the hands, run down. Egan comes in over the top, lays a tackle. How will the umpires see it?
I think that it is Maddie Press-Parkas, because once again, she's leading this disposal count. She's leading this, come from behind in the second half and up to 22 disposals now.
Get run down. Great tackle, Georgia G. Not rewarded. Umpire says play on. McAvoy. Egan pass through. Pearce the intercept. Dangerous kick from Daisy Pearce. Downey runs onto it. Paddles towards Egan. Block. Press-Parkas spots Egan's got to stand and wait. Pearce arrived. Zanka. Egan under pressure from Pearce. Rosali goes in the Harris direction again. Webb for company. Egan front and centre. Gains a bit of territory in the Stevens direction.
To see what she performs today.
Working as a Steve Dorr on the Campbell, who's been thrown forward in this second term. Stevens taps it down into the path of Dalton. Here is some run from behind from Egan, but she couldn't take it cleanly. Bates comes in to put some pressure on.
Darcy Vesio, what a cracker goal that was.
So the Blues with the lead for the first time this afternoon and looking to make a move and generate some momentum. This is the youngster, Grace Egan. She's been called to go, even though it didn't look like she walked off her line. Vesio, great contested grab. Gets the hands free now. Handball missed Egan. She tidies it up at 50. Heads in the Walker direction. Bree Conan.
That might be a saving grace.
Egan can't get away from Conan. She's then slung in the tackle and the umpire will pay a free kick. Grace Egan, what a pickup she's been for the Blues. Her 11th touch this afternoon. Had an instant impact in this competition. Goes in the Edwards direction. A veteran up against Postlethwaite. Tries to work her off the contest with strength. Shani Webb there. Does likewise to Edwards. Harris tries to break through. Postlethwaite got a hand in. Egan pops it over the top.
Before heading into a potential final next week.
Here's Press-Parkas. Egan, she can have a look. Grace Egan for her third goal in AFLW, misses left. Ball goes to Lugg. Lugg goes down the line. Egan back with a flight. Takes it on the chest.